So hi everyone. I think normally we start going out live as soon as I press the button. Now I've noticed, I'm just going to sort of start talking anyway. Welcome to this evening's edition of Stratego with Bob. And yeah, it looks as though we've gone green there now, so that's good. And yeah, I think it's first of 25, so there's the correct link there. So I'm just going to send the old tweet out for everyone, so we can sort of get some new faces and stuff. But yeah, I hope you're all well and everything's okay. Obviously I'm hoping for much better results today than yesterday, and even the day before as well. You know, was it's a bit of a bad patch to say the least, you know. So I've got to try and stop the rot. I mean, I've been thinking about it. Obviously I think if I'm realistically going to change my setup, I think perhaps what I should do is sort of do a new setup and practice on my sort of Facebook account, you know, that I use for practice, before I start introducing it to the channel, I guess, because otherwise I'm just sort of running the risk of you know, having all that learning curve, and this is probably not the right time. I mean, there was a certain amount of sense in me changing it, because obviously I want to sort of stop the rot, and you know, the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and expecting different results. So you know, there was logic in me sort of wanting to change, but I think realistically I've got to, if I want to do a new setup, I've got to get some practice in with it. So hi there, whoever's joined, welcome. Yeah, I think realistically for me to do a new setup, I need to get a bit of practice under my belt with it. Otherwise, you know, I'm just going to end up, I could potentially make my downward spiral even worse by doing that. So with that in mind, I'm thinking of sort of just going back to my other setup that I've been working on for a while, and as I say, look to sort of get some practice and that before I change again. So we shall see whether that makes any difference or not today. So yeah, I was just looking at it, what we've got. This is obviously the slightly modified one, where I've moved over the triple trap thing that I got here, and then I realised that sort of having the general up above that major isn't as an effective, you know, I mean, sort of, you know, the idea was that I was going to bring this up and start attacking and bring it in here, and then I was originally, this idea here for this trap, and then putting a major in here, was that I was going to have my Marshall left and right of it, you know, Marshall and general, so that it could come in. But I think it's just a bit of a you know, it's a bit of a fairy tale that that's ever going to happen, to be honest. And I'm finding myself not actually going up there and doing any attacks with that major anyway. So I was sort of thinking about it, it's not really doing what I think it was gonna do, you know. So I'm sort of looking now to sort of put the general back in there, tuck it in there. I mean, there was a little bit of a worry with that, because you know, he can get himself pinned in there. So it's sort of one of these things now where you can end up going around in circles all day, thinking things aren't right, and it could be perfectly, or you know, it's just a case he's jumping the gun a bit early. The other thing that I wanted to do was get this sergeant here in front of the captain, and then the captain sort of with the major going up behind. This doesn't really need to be, I guess he could be replaced. There, the miner maybe. you see what I'm going to do now is concentrate more on these odds and evens sort of being matched up, because I think that's part of my setup that needs to be tweaked. Oh no, sorry, I just hit refresh there by mistake, sorry about that. So anyway, welcome while we reload that up. Good to see you joining. So yeah, that's what I'm looking to do here. I need to resave this as well when I do this setup here. But yeah, I think for me to stop this rot, you know, of losses that I've had, I'm gonna need to stick to sort of what I got. So where was we? Yeah, I'm going to leave the scout there so that he can sort of do a quick fire test just if we got bombs. This now is going to be this miner here. So yeah, I'm hoping that just a thought of a little bit more thought into this might help, and then really concentrate on how I'm going to form attacks. And then this side again, we've got that coming in. We can use that 7 perhaps to sort of follow in. And I think what I'll do is I won't necessarily go charging up with the captains with the lotto. Well, I will probably still maybe do that this side, but the one with the colonel on it covering, I'm going to sort of bring it up slowly behind the sergeant, the captain behind the sergeant, and then the colonel up behind that captain. And then sort of before I do anything to attacking with the colonel, I want to try and get the spy and the marshal up here. I mean, it's risky. I want to get the spy in here and the marshal in here as quick as possible, so that if I can drag the colonel back, he's sort of got cover. But I mean, putting the spy there is a bit of a worry. I suppose it's probably a bit better there maybe, and get the marshal in that one. Yeah, and that will make sense. Alright, so now let's go with this, because I don't want to be here too long on this. Just a little quick check again. But yeah, this looks all a little bit better now. So alright, so let's do save. This was the one that I sort of thought about doing an orthodox style. I wonder if I'm going to be able to save a new name. I don't think it likes it, does it? Oh, okay, so that's good. Yeah, so new 2 then, so it should be this one now from now on. So yeah, we've done some little tweaks here. We've got these odds and evens now. I mean, what I'm going to do is, as I say, fire up these scouts, testing for straightforward bombs on the front rows, and then start coming in with my sergeants, followed by captains, followed by colonels. Alright, so feel free to say hi in the chat and stuff, and we're going to get going now, play some ranked games, and try and get back up to where I was, you know. Well, I mean, where I was gold spy. It's the highest I've got so far, so I want to get there again. But I guess we're at the mercy of what we get patched up with. Okay, so silver captain, at least it's something that's around our ballpark sort of thing. So at least I can feel reasonably confident from the beginning. But I'm saying that I lost to a lower player than me yesterday. Then I think it was silver captain maybe it was. So yeah, I've definitely been on bad form recently. Alright, so here we go then. So I think I'll go down this side first. We'll use this here. Okay, so that's handy. I might tuck the sort of, well, I might go around with the sergeant then, I guess. Yeah, bring him around the side. See if he can do any damage. Yeah, this is where I want to sort of start bringing up this cover down here. So, alright, well, I must say a sort of better feeling about things. Alright, okay. Because I just sort of realised I was way too gung-ho the last few days, you know. I mean, it's just not my style, you know. So, alright, well, he's now sort of coming down there. So, well, I guess I've got to cover a little bit. If he's coming in there straight away. Alright, so it's just the scout bluffing me there. So, alright, well, I've got to be careful about bluffs and that, you know. I guess I can start to just bring the miner up. Maybe just start to bring up the I mean, he hasn't revealed on that kernel, so I don't need to worry too much. But I think if I can get the marshal there for the time being, and then at least then I've got my emergency defense in place a little bit. I mean, I suppose I could just move the spy up one and just get her there. Maybe just start to bring this sergeant up and try and develop down there a bit more cover. Let's see. I can't remember if he moved that or not, to be honest. So, right, okay. So we had a Louis there. So let me just go ahead then with this captain, and try and develop again. And he's probably going to do the same thing down there with that Louis. Yeah, okay. So he had a major after that, didn't he, behind there? So I wonder if he's going to have another major there as well. We shall see. Okay, so got that coming straight down there, and then we knew that this was the major, didn't we? So yeah, so what I want to do is sort of bring the colonel up. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be a tester, to be honest. I should have moved the scout out of the way, salvaged it, and then swept up there. Let's tuck the sergeant down. But yeah, I've got to feel a bit more confident as well, you know. I think the fact you go on a run of bad results, it's easy to sort of you know, not keep your chin up and keep the fight going. Alright, well, I mean, I guess, yeah, I need to keep an eye on numbers. Alright, so I'm up on Louis big star with him, so just trying to think what's the best way around this here. I guess if I go for his major and my colonel, I need to sort of tuck up with the Marshal as well, I guess. But I don't necessarily want to reveal the Marshal too soon. Alright, so yeah, there's his major covering. So, okay. He's got the other one there. So, well, I mean, I doubt that that major's covered this way. So, and I mean, that major's probably covered that way. So I'm just gonna see here if I can convince him. I mean, that major there, I guess. In actual fact, yeah, what I probably should have done. Ah, right, okay. So he didn't take that bluff. That's a shame. Probably didn't think that one through, to be honest. So I'm just gonna have to play it a bit easy. Try and work out what he's got coming down here. I mean, I'd imagine this is going to be a captain or something up here anyway. It may even be one of his majors. So I could potentially sort of come in for this. I mean, he likes to have his majors here, doesn't he? So okay, so that's a major. I need to be careful I don't lose track of things. Oh, he's playing a funny game there. Just moving around in circles. So let's see, yeah, let's just see what he's got. I mean, he's unlikely to have anything big covering the way he's playing. So I just want to start chipping away at him, and then if he's going to play it that way, especially the way he's moving here, he's not making any move whatsoever. I mean, there's one thing about shuffling, but then there's another thing just playing silly games here, not making any not sort of, you know, because I mean, there's some instances where you do need to sort of shuffle just to get your pieces where you want them. So you know, there's a difference between that type of shuffling for the sake of shuffling, and then there's behaviour like that, which is just ridiculous. So a player like this that's making it clear that they've got no idea, then they sort of do deserve to be chipped away at, really. So alright, well, I guess I mean, there's potential for me to sort of come up there with my Marshal and get it out of the way. But let's see here. I mean, I guess what I could do now is just to start tuck that Colonel back in a bit better spot where he can get in here if he needs to. And sort of we're dealing with majors there, weren't we? So alright, well, what's the best way for me around this, I wonder? So yeah, I mean, I'd like to get try and sort of lure him, you know. Okay, so now he's coming over there. I might just sort of go up with something else first. Right, so he's now trying to do me on the 2 square rule here by the look of it. But I'm up a captain, I'm up 3 Louis on him. And he's now sort of threatening there on that, so I think we may sort of go up with this. Well, I guess the captain's probably not the best bet. It might be better to test with a scout. You know, I don't need to be careless and foolish if I can help it. So I wonder what he's got going on down there. What I may do is just start to drag him back here now. Try and get a bit of an idea what he's doing, although it doesn't look as though he's doing a great deal. So let's see. This was the one that he's coming in with threatening. So I wonder what he's got here. Okay, so it's just his scout. Alright, well, so we've got a bit of a bluffer as well. So that's interesting. So I think what I'll do is I might just bring this captain over first. Use him as cover, because I've now still got that captain as spare. Piece, you know. And also the Louis, I mean, you know, the captain there, he's okay. We know we've got a major there, but I do need to sort of get a fix on where his big pieces are. I guess I technically could come up here with this captain. I mean, it could be the major now, I guess. And I'll start to bring a Louis over now. Just because of that advantage is there. Try and get him thinking a little bit. I mean, he's keeping his scouts as well, so maybe I can just check on this here. Yeah, so that's another scout coming in. But we've got a bluffer here, so well, out of these, I mean, I think this is likely to be. Oh, right, I guess it's a major there. So I wonder if it's worth me sort of bluffing. I mean, I don't know, I can't remember if he knows that that's a captain or not. I mean, I guess technically what I can do is sort of now go in here. Maybe sort of put the threat on. I mean, I don't really want to lose the colonel. But it's a bit of a risk going in here and revealing this, to be honest, just for the sake of a major. I think what I may do is just get a test over here, really. Let's see what we've got here. Alright, so we've got a minor there. So that's alright. We've got this captain already up on him. Oh, well, that's good. So we're going to get a major out of him here. We may even get two of them if he attacks with one. Alright, so what's he saying there? So, I mean, I could technically come in here. I mean, this could be the general, or if it's the general, obviously that's good. But if it's the marshal, I'm going to get an exchange. So I guess potentially I should sort of come in on this one first. Oh, I guess the spy could be behind there, but it's unlikely covering a major. Alright, well, if he, I mean, he's probably going to go back out the way then, isn't he? Oh, well, he's letting me have that. I wouldn't have imagined that to be the spy. I guess I should go in and sort of check that, really. I think that was another major over there anyway. I've probably given him a chance to get out. I mean, there's no way that would be the spy coming in from like that out in the open. So I'm going to go for this. If he wants to do an exchange, I mean, I'm going to be really unlucky that to be a spy from that position. It's more likely to be the general or the or the marshal, but I'm not going to risk that one. So okay, well, I mean, now obviously I've got this situation with the defense that I need to be aware of. But that's good. We got the 2 majors up on him as well. So he's looking healthier than before, and he doesn't seem to be attacking with the general at this point, which what I will do is start to bring my general out to counter that if needs be. And then what this has done here, I mean, this has moved here now, so I mean, this could potentially be the spy, obviously, but I'm not going to risk that just yet. There's no need. So we're in business here. We're in a lot more positives than before. So I just need to be, I just want to be sensible. That's the problem that I had yesterday. I had too many sort of ideas really to sort of do different things. Okay, so that's now moving. If he wants to do that, then that's giving me free passage on this. He's going to move back up, possibly. Yeah, alright. So, well, that's what I was going to do then, is I was going to sort of come round on that. Just get my sort of general ready for anything. So, I mean, that's what he's sort of saying there, that's a spy. So, what I'm going to do is just sort of get my colonel tucked in behind here now, because obviously the problem is now if this general or marshal come in, I've got to be able to defend. So obviously this is now going to cover a marshal, and this is going to come in just to protect against the general, rogue general. But I also want to be aware that alright, let me tuck her in that way. I just also want to be aware that obviously if the marshal comes this way and I'm starting to move this general, what am I going to do, because he may come this way. But yeah, I'm going to leave this lieutenant. Well, actually what I can do now is once I move this Louis out, I'll scout this. This is where this sort of thing comes in handy now, this scout. I wonder what that, well, I bet it was nothing. Yeah, you see, that's the thing. Obviously with bluffs you can sort of get scuppered like that. So alright, so now he's doing that, is he? Well, this hasn't moved, but that's the major, and he didn't have a bomb that side, so I'm going to sort of go down here. We didn't find a bomb, sort of in that section, so I guess this is going to be potentially something big. I mean, I have got, oh no, I'm now equal on captain, so alright, well, let me sort of maybe, I mean, I would assume there that's a captain there covering this. He's sort of liking his captains. That's probably a colonel, or it could be his gen, I guess. So let me just sort of, yeah, because I mean, if I can chip down here now and get some either information or smaller guns. Yeah, so I'm thinking here, there's no point me coming up. I mean, I can come up and get that miner with the Louis, but I imagine he's got his captain there. So what I may do is go up with it with the colonel there. Just do it that way. It's more likely to be a bomb there, isn't there, really? He hasn't moved. I guess I can go down. Yeah. Oh well, I mean, he was kind of coming into close, and I mean there would possibly be 2 bombs there. So alright, so yeah, this is what I was I mean, I'm not going to worry too much. He's going to probably potentially lotto there, but if he does, I mean, I'm only going to lose, you know, the Louis there, and I'm already up those, so that's alright. Oh, I see. So now he's saying he's going to protect there with something, and he potentially knows that that is, he does, you know, sort of know that that is the Colonel. So okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this Louis around and come in here now, because if the worst comes to the worst, I'll sort of get some information. We've got 1 bomb there. I mean, we're assuming we've got another bomb that side, but the quicker I can get some information, I mean, this is potentially the Marshal there behind, so let's see what he's going to do here now, if this really is a spy. We're going to find out. I mean, oh I see. So alright, well, well, that's handy then. So he's now sort of saying that that's not even the general there. And I mean, now realistically what I should be doing is coming up this way with the gen, or even up this way, because I mean, I don't want to run the risk of the gen being behind there. But what we can do is we can now sort of just come up here now, and if he wants to do an exchange, if this is the gen here, yeah, he's going to sort of give me 1 of the 2 there, but look at it, if I just press up here. Okay, so now he wants to do that. And then I'm going to need to try and salvage it, I guess. Alright, so now he's saying that that one is... Right, so let's see what we got here then. Let's chip away at these. I mean, yeah, that was the problem with tucking the spy in. Now I have to sort of come past. I mean, what I may do now is test out that sort of strategy with the... oh, right, so he's giving me that as well, is he? Test out that strategy with the fake spy as a bomb, you know, use the... actually, has this moved, I wonder? I can't quite remember. Be careful about that, but I might just start to... I might just sort of tuck back a little bit. Yeah, I'm sort of thinking about sort of doing this fake here. Use this as the sort of spy, you know. Alright, but I better go this way because he's potentially sort of coming in. I mean, he's potentially coming in with the gen as well, you see. So, alright, I may just... oh, well, yeah, I guess I better come in and look to do it that way. Just better tuck this, bring this spy up, just in case. And hope that he might just walk straight onto it. That'll be handy. I don't want to get sucker punched with a scout though. Let's see. Can't remember which one of these has moved, which is a shame. I'll just tuck the 2 colonels in, you know. And try and maybe sort of bluff with another different spy, you know. Let's see. I mean, so the best way around this, I wonder? Okay, so now he's going up that way, you see. I've got a feeling these have moved though. Let's see what we've got coming in here. Alright, so we've got a kernel there. Yeah, I mean realistically I guess I should sort of just bring my Marshall down to be safe. When I can do this exchange, get it out of the way. Okay, so yeah, he's now looking to sort of test down there. I do need to give myself a bit of a route here. I need to get this miner over there, at least test this one. Okay, well he's looking to sort of go down there, and that'll be alright because I can sort of pin him. I mean, if he's got a miner there, then actually, I guess it could be a scout. Let me see here. I guess I've got to block it first, really. Well, I've got to test on this. I mean, if it's this, I mean, look, it's not the end of the world if I have to. Oh right, okay, I've lost the internet there. Let's just take our time then and get this back. It's annoying when this happens. It's such a shame, but I've realised I can sort of sit pretty and it'll come back okay. Thanks for everyone that has been joining. Sorry, it sort of has a habit of doing this, but we're in a good place here. We're in a good place. Oh, okay, so it was a miner. Alright, so well, in that case I can now block, and I've got to get these out. Just sort of cover against scouts coming in. But this is good. This is good news that I've now got his Marshall pinned. I'm just going to sort of to cover against cheeky scout action, and that's even better because I was worried if he went this way, obviously I was going to potentially lose that. Okay, so well, I mean, let's face it, now there is a big potential of a surrender coming in now. Okay, so now he's just looking to do that. Alright, well, just get my defences back in. Alright, so that was moving. So alright, well that's handy then. And I'm pretty sure all of this down here moved as well. But we can chase down here. I can't remember what it has and hasn't moved. But what we can do is sort of put force on it and get it to come down here if needs be. I mean, that one I believe has moved, but alright, so now he's, let me have that. Ah, right, well that's the general. So okay, so he has got one more kernel. Alright, well he can have that now because it's done its job. He has got another kernel. So alright, well let me start testing this then, if this is a bomb as well. So that will give us 2 bombs. See if we've got something coming in there. Yeah, alright. So well, I can sort of go up on that. We've got the Louis advantage on him, and you know we've got the advantage of the 3 majors here, so that's really good. Hi everyone that's with us. I hope you're enjoying this one. It's a good little game, this one. It's looking like a bit of a victory for us. I mean, I'd be really angry with myself if I lose this now. So well, I mean, I think we got that Colonel there, haven't we? So alright, well, I mean, we'll see. He's probably going to play silly games again, going left and right here, because he's not going to be able to do a great deal with it. So I think we, you know, I'm perfectly within my rights to be confident about this game now. Alright, so what's he got? Well, yeah, he's got his captains, hasn't he? So I mean, potentially a captain on the back line. I mean, if I go this way now, I can start to look at these. If I mean, I'm sure these have moved. What we got here? We got a, oh, okay, so we've got another bomb there. So we've got 1, 2, 3 bombs now. We've got all these. Oh, he has got the Colonel, so I better get that done and dusted. I think it's this one. So we can sort of look to force him now down there, and I can just get a major over here to cover. Yeah, I mean, what I'll do is I'll sort of bring this one up, I think. I mean, if I wanted to, I can sort of yeah, we'll just get him out of the way. I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. So there's no point in me mucking about now. I know I've got the advantage on him, so we can now just look to sort of lane block him easily now and polish him off. I mean, he has got his spy. Ah, here we go then, guys. Well, I told you, didn't I? I said to you that you know, I needed to have some practice with a new setup, and I'm much more confident with this setup, you know, and I just needed to do those little tweaks there. I really think that that is wise of me. I mean, you know, he wasn't a, I don't think it's definitely not the most skillful player I've played, but you know, I think the fact that I started well and composed and thought about my setup, yeah, the spy worked out great for good to see you, Brian, today. Hope you enjoyed that one. And yeah, you know, I think I did some good stuff, you know, sort of when he had those majors up in the corner there, and I went up there with the Marshal. You know, these type of moments like that, you can't help but feel worried, you know, that you're doing the right thing, you know, is he covered down there? But this is the thing, isn't it? It's the old saying in life, sometimes the fear itself can cripple you from the chances, you know, the opportunities. So I mean, it's a bit calculated as well, because he's more likely to be covering his general or his colonels with a spy than majors. So, you know, in that sense, I thought to myself, well, that's, you know, that's a better option for me. And I also did something else, didn't know, with the general, like yeah, I sort of moved the general over. But I'm looking forward to seeing that game as well again, and seeing how how I went about things. But yeah, I'm gonna go again with this kind of mindset, you know, take a bit easy, and then you know, just chip away at things, and then you know, that's more like my original style, because that's the problem. I think if I start going too aggressive, it's not my style, you know, and then I'm sort of worrying, and I'm doing things that are not natural to me. So I think I have to face that, you know. So alright, we've got a victory on the board there. Let's have a 15-20 minute break, and there we go again. And I'm going to try and go up that ladder again. Oh wow, 3 of you just joined in there. We're just going to have a little bit of a break. We just had a victory there, everyone that's joining, so feel free to go back and have a look at that in this little break. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled, set your notifications. Any newcomers, subscribe, like, comment in the chat there, or anyone that watches afterwards, please give it a thumbs up and a like, and I shall see you shortly. Okay guys, bye.